It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm David Stroud here with Scooter Scott Callies.
Whoop whoop.
How are you, sir?
I am good, actually.
See you, Bob.
Bye, Bob. Bob has left the building.
Well, not yet. He's hobbling along.
Bob is leaving the building.
Bob is leaving the building.
He'll be out by Tuesday.
4 hours later.
No, I'm doing good this morning.
Good.
It's a good morning. Not as chilly as I thought it was going to be.
No, I thought it was going to be a little cooler.
And I put a big sweatshirt on, thinking, man, it's going to be chilly when I leave. And
right.
I'll be in my short sleeve shirt here shortly.
You know, recently went over to Kentucky this past weekend, and the chill in the air when we were driving, it was 51, felt really cold.
Really?
And when it's 51 here, it's not as bad because it's in the 50. Yeah, it's 50 today, and it was just strange. We were all like, "Why does it feel so much colder over there? Is the air different? The altitude, maybe?"
It may be. The humidity sometimes plays different. I know on heat it does.
Yeah.
A dry heat, it's not as bad as a
No, it's not.
humid heat.
You're not sitting there sweating buckets.
But on the cold, I don't know. Do you have some wind?
Yes,
Maybe that was
probably
probably the wind that's cutting through.
Okay, that makes sense.
There we go. I solved the dilemma.
Quite the weatherman, ain't I?
Quite the country.
What are you gonna do?
Well done from the weather guy.
Yeah. Why does it feel so much colder? Was it windy? Yeah.
Well, that was probably it. I hate to tell you.
That's okay.
But I'm glad you're back.
Yes.
I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, me too.
But then you got to go back again. So
now I got to go back
He's
again.
not going to be here Thursday.
I won't be here Thursday.
He's
I know.
going to leave me hanging.
I know. I know you all miss me, but I'll be back next Tuesday. So it'll be a week from today. It'll be all right. You'll be all right.
I'll make it.
One
way or another.
One way or another.
One way or another, I'll make it.
Well, thank you for joining us this morning. We'd like to start the show off with Roller Funeral Home with all our respect. They have 29 in the state, one in Memphis, Tennessee. We sure do appreciate them in our time of need when we lose a loved one. With that, we'll pause now for the morning prayer. And dear Lord, I want to thank you for everything that you've given us. We've got a big, beautiful world here, and I know we don't always take care of it, but we're doing our best and trying to be better. And please watch over our nation as we go through this division. And as usual, watch over our children, our first responders, and our military, those that put themselves in harm's way for our freedoms. With this, I pray, amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home with all our respect. Give them a call at 870-425-2161. Ask them about pre-need service. It's always good to have a plan in place. And that way your family is taken care of. But they'll be taken care of regardless. But
yes,
if it's already set up and paid for, then all that got to do is walk in, and that'll be it. That you tell them who you are, and you get the ball rolling because they'll have the plan in place.
Takes a lot of pressure off your loved ones.
Tons of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll now take a little break for Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey,
Hey,
what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z team.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team. They're going to take care of you from start to finish. They're not just going to list and leave. They are professionals in their field. They've been doing this a very long time. They're not going to be one of them fly-by-night realtors that...
No, they got the reputation to prove it, that they're going to take their time. They're going to walk you through every step and make sure everything's taken care of. Every T is crossed and I is dotted.
Yeah, dot them T's and cross them I's.
Help you get rid of a lot of headaches.
Yeah.
Let them deal with it.
That's what it is right there.
It is.
It's, allow a realtor to do it. I'm about to be selling a house, and I'd rather not mess with any of that paperwork. just let a realtor handle it.
You don't
pay them
realize,
their, pay
and I
them
don't
their
think
fee.
people
It's worth
realize
it.
what happens behind the scenes and
It's a lot
how
more than
much
you think.
work is really put in. And you have to know what you're doing because
Mm-hmm.
it's a domino effect. You know, you have a mess up on your sale, and it's going to affect 4 or 5 down the road,
Yeah.
and there's 4 or 5 ahead of you that's making yours possible.
Exactly.
So
And with those, different lenders demand different things.
Yes.
Different inspections, different rules, and they're going to know exactly what they're going to need because they've done this for so many years. They've pretty much dealt with every lender they can think of, right?
Yep.
I mean, military specialists.
They are military relocation specialists.
Military
so they can help you
relocation
through all that
specialists.
paperwork.
Yeah.
and
Senior real estate specialist if you're looking to downsize your home.
I don't think there's probably anything that they have not handled at this point.
No, there's not going to be
I couldn't
anything.
imagine.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the White River, brought to you by the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. This is Cotter, Arkansas, the horseshoe bend of the White River. It looks a little dark this morning with the cloud cover.
It is a little darker.
But very pretty. And if you've never been down to Cotter, you should take a little trip. Couple of great places to eat breakfast. And you got the Cotter Spring with the rope swing. If you like to dip in the icy cold water right now, I mean, it's going to feel doubly cold.
Looks like somebody's out there. There's a boat coming through on that
There
left
is.
side.
I would say they've just gotten used to the river
high
being
water.
up high
Yeah.
and moving fast. And, of course, hopefully they're wearing a life preserver. It's good to be safe on the water, even if you think you're a strong swimmer. That current will drag you down.
Right now, the water's up and the water's moving. So,
And they're
so is
moving.
that boat.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's, I'm sorry to say, it's glitching a little. It was, you can see it's kind of
We're gonna see
pausing.
if we can switch over to this one.
Yeah, let's
should
see 'em
be
go
picking
by.
it
This
up
is-
here in a minute. No, and then they go away from it.
And
It happens.
Actually, if we just talk for like 30 seconds, they'll be down in that area. This is
Whenever you only talked for 30 seconds.
never. Straight ahead in the middle of the water, you'll see David's Island. Yes, I have
David's
dubbed
Island.
the David's Island. And that is a wonderful river to fish on. I don't know if you can go on it and get skunked like I would, but you should be able to catch something, whether on the bank or in a boat. And there it zooms in again. So I bet you they were almost there.
They probably were. Ooh, look, that is a pretty shot. You
That
see
is
the
a pretty
current in the
shot.
water, and
Yeah, I love those cameras. Those are really cool. You can go to retiredarkansas.net. They're running live 24/7 through their YouTube channel. You can see the still shot that goes across Cotter or the zoom in one that moves around different areas of Cotter. It even shows you up into Missouri where Scooter Mountain is. But they'll show
There's
the
the
rail
boat.
card. Yeah. Oh, they've turned off. Oh, we found one of their fishy holes.
they're gonna drift.
It's just right around the corner from the boat launch. I'm afraid
There
we
you
gave
go.
away somebody's fishy hole. I mean, you can remember that little peninsula sticking out, right? So we just run down to that and move to the right, and
There you go.
very nice. I think the next shot is probably will it be the rail yard or the contractor's truss?
I don't know.
So, well, you set the camera up.
I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, give Bob and Linda Zadora a call, 870-405-0793. Go to retiredarkansas.net where you can find their listings, the MLS listings, and a plethora of information about the Ozarks. Whether you're looking to move here or maybe just vacation here, they've got all kinds of information about wonderful areas you can visit. And this is one of them. That's fairly cool. See? And there's a train there.
There he is.
Everybody loves a train.
Oh yeah.
I know you love the caboose.
Nah, they don't use them anymore.
Don't use them anymore.
I get it.
All the sensors and technology tell them what's behind them.
I
Nothing.
know. Nothing.
There's nothing behind them. Give Bob and Linda Zadora a call if you're looking to downsize your home to something more manageable. Maybe you're moving back with family. They can help you find a realtor in the area you're moving to that's like-minded and will help you just as much as they would. So I can tell you right now that there's a lot of people that it's the house is too big, the kids have moved out, and it's time for something smaller, move back into town to get something a little bit more manageable. and they can help you with that. Let them help you sell that big home and find you something a little bit smaller, you know, cozier. Cozy. That's cool.
Oh, I got a weird light thing on it there. I think that's a still shot that it went to.
And I was going to say, it's much brighter than
Yeah, I think the camera something's offline.
live stream offline. That's all right.
There it goes. We're back on.
Yeah, now that's pretty. Let's take a look at the weather, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team. Mountain Home, it's 50. Harrison, 47. Batesville, 47. Yellville, 52. Marshall, 48. Salem, 45. Mountain View, 48. Calico Rock at 50. West Plains at 45. Springfield, Missouri at 46. Poplar Bluff at 46. And St. Louis at 43. Hey, look. It's a municipal building in Cotter. All right, we got it rolling here. Look at it. It's moving. It's moving. This is
Looks like a lot of it stayed south of us.
It did. It shows, though, that for the next few days that we're going to have some rain.
Well, you see that building up in Oklahoma coming across.
Yeah. Looks like afternoon. It could go more north of us. You can see how it's kind of swinging up to the southwest part of Missouri. Right now we have small patches running across Oklahoma and Arkansas south of us. Not really a whole lot up in Missouri except for the northern part. Wyoming's getting some snow. Seattle's getting a reprieve. I guess they're not getting anything right now, so that's nice to see.
For once.
Right. We'll zoom in closer here and see what it's like. Looks like you can see little patches across Little Rock, but I mean nothing major. Right now we've got cloud cover, but it seems to be moving out as time goes on. Yeah, I mean, it's just cloud cover, no real precipitation for right now. But you never know. A cell could pop up, and I could be wrong.
You're known for that.
Right. Watches and warnings across the U.S. is blank. High.
Well, it ain't wanting to load.
It's going to load. I don't think there was any watches or warnings for Missouri and southern Arkansas, or northern Arkansas. Wow.
Man, National Weather Service moving slow today.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. You can see, I mean, pretty much in the clear in these 4-state area. We're going to be all right today. No watches or warnings. You can see over in the eastern side of Kentucky and Tennessee, they have a frost advisory. 7-day forecast. Hello?
Maybe it's your computer.
It might be. Today's partly sunny. High is 64. Tonight, we got a slight chance of showers at 20%, then a higher chance at 50, low of 46. Wednesday, a chance of showers at 50%, high is 61. Wednesday night, chance of showers at 40%, then it raises to 80%, low of 48. Thursday, chance of showers at 80%, high is 60. Thursday night, mostly cloudy, low of 48. Friday, we got partly sunny, then a slight chance of showers at 20%, high of 70. Friday night, we got a 40% chance of showers, low of 46. Saturday, 40% chance of showers, high of 62. We'll round it out with sunny with a high near 68 and breezy on Sunday. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low around 42. Pollen count is high. Hey, look, I was right. Today is high, tomorrow is high, and Thursday is low. Grass pollen is low today, tomorrow is high, and Thursday is low. Norfolk Lake water level is running 5-something. 555.36. Level is 3.36 feet above full pool. They're generating 1, but
They've
they do
done
have
a great job of getting the water down, though.
Yes, they do have the spillway gates open, so it's making it run a lot faster. Bull Shoals Lake water level, please hold. 666.85. Level is 7.85 feet above full pool. They're generating 4, and they also have spillway gates open. That is a look at your weather, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team. Give them a call at 870-405-0793. Go to retiredarkansas.net and find their listings, the MLS listings. They are licensed in Arkansas and Missouri, so they can take care of you in both places. With that, we'll take a little break and come back with community news brought to you by Mower Warehouse of Mountain Home, Arkansas.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. We sell Ferris zero-turn mowers that have patented coil spring suspension. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. We buy, sell, trade new and used mowers. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road in Mountain Home, where your business is appreciated.
Have you ever?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Our part of our segment of community news is brought to you by Mower Warehouse of Mountain Home, Arkansas. For all your mowing outside, get the yard cleaned up because it's that time of year again needs, give Mower Warehouse a call, 870-701-5222.
Or stop by, you can't miss them.
You can't, yeah.
They got mowers everywhere out front.
I drove by this morning, and in the front of their building, here, we'll go ahead and I'll just drop this down here real quick to this. There we go. You see this outside, and this is Buzzard Roost right there. You can see that car right there. That's Buzzard Roost, but this is whatever the road is there. I can't remember. But when I drove by, you see this little Ford Fusion over here? And you see this one? It is nothing but packed in mowers all the way across and all the way across the front of their building, too deep.
You ought to see inside.
Yeah.
There's so many mowers inside as well.
Inside is wicked. Here's the inside from an earlier picture. Probably when they first set up the website, they took pictures, but inside's packed full. All the parts you would need. They do service your small engine repair. So if you need, need blades sharpened or a new belt, maybe.
Or tune-up.
A tune-up, yeah, oil change. Go by and see Mower Warehouse.
They can take care of you.
Exactly. In community news, Hiram Shattuck's Health and Rehab. Had them on last week.
We did.
Medicaid awareness. Join Hiram Shattuck's for a community event on healthcare decision-making, Medicaid benefits and requirements. April 28th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., 1100 Pine Tree Lane, Mountain Home. They'll have a Q&A at 12:30 with Arkansas Asset Protection Group. Lunch and beverages will be provided. And the 21st Annual Cotter Trout Festival at Cotter Big Spring Park, May 6, 2023. That's coming up soon.
That's a big festival, too.
Yes, sir. 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Huge festival. Food vendors, arts and craft vendors, exhibits, kids fishing derby. They're going to be raffling off a Supreme Riverboat and trailer. That's going to be worth going. Craft beer garden from 5 to 9 p.m. Controlled access only. DJ Peace will be there. They'll have live entertainment also. The Katie Laney Project, the Leslie William Band, the Nick Reed Band. This is just fun for the whole family. All kinds of stuff going on. Wish I could be there.
Bet you Bob and Linda Zadora will be there.
Yes. There
will be no doubt. If you want to see them, that's where to go find them.
Exactly. That is a look at your community news brought to you by Mower Warehouse. I do want to remind people for other community news, you can go to the Chamber of Commerce's website and click on their calendar of events at enjoymountainhome.com. You can see here, you can see here their calendar of events, and you can even, if you have something going on, you can send it into the chamber and they'll put it on here for you. You can see the Baxter County Library's got some events going on, ASU Mountain Home, Historical Society. So yeah, you can click on each date. And you can see here there's 8 events on the 5th. Well, that was back on the 5th, but 6 here, 3 there, 2 there. You can click on it, and it'll show you what events are going on. I just always like to show that, and it's been a while.
It has.
Yeah, it has. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we're going to come back with A+ for education, talk about the millage.
All right, be right back. Notice every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Here we go.
SOLAR solar panels. SOLAR solar panels. Well, all you need to do is call the solar guys and smile and save money on the next sunrise. SOLAR solar panels.
Call the Solar Guys, your local solar experts. Find out how you can save money on the next sunrise.
SOLAR solar panels.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We thank you for joining us. We have Lisa House and Mike Stockton, A+ for education. How are you both?
Good morning. Great.
Good.
How
Life
are you?
is good. Let me tell you how good life is.
Tell us about
This morning, I went over to Mom's house, got her squared away, got her ready to take on the day, and I was driving through my neighborhood, live in Indian Creek, driving through my neighborhood, and here goes a mama deer. And the reason I know it's a mama deer is because there comes baby, who was probably born yesterday. Legs aren't really working good, getting across the road. It's just good to live, when you live in the middle of town and you got deer walking around like that, baby deer walking around, life starts off good.
Definitely.
We have the greatest community ever.
I believe
the
that.
greatest. Lived here all my life.
Mm-hmm.
It gets better and better.
Most definitely.
Yeah, we're very blessed.
Well, yeah, I mean, just the community support for what we're going for right now. I'm voting yes for the millage. I think
I am too.
I think you are.
I might be. I think so. I think my whole family and
we're pretty much on the record multiple times. As we're
have.
Gonna vote yes.
So everyone knows I'm married to Dick House, and he's a little older than I am. So he graduated in 1964.
Oh wow!
Before the school was built in 1966.
Okay.
So he has a lot of. He went to the school where Pinkston is.
Okay,
that was the high school.
Yeah.
And that was built very soundly. Unfortunately, our high school is 66 years old, and it's kind of fallen apart. Yeah. And we cannot rebuild parts of it. There are some we're leaving, but we cannot build some parts because the structure is actually too weak to rebuild. And we have a roof upon a roof upon a roof at the big top. And
when you remodel something like the library, right? You got the library, we got this beautiful library. But it's one of those things that you say, gee, I remodeled my kitchen. It's a beautiful kitchen. And now the house is falling down around it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have a great kitchen.
I'm going to have this one kitchen in the middle of the house. I'm not going to tear it down, but I got to tear down the rest. That doesn't make good common sense.
Yeah.
So and the states even said that you cannot, we can't let you rebuild with good money into bad because it's not structurally sound.
Yeah.
So-
Well, we're here to talk about the school and the millage, and we hope that everybody votes yes. But you had, Mike, you had something special to talk about.
I got breaking news this morning.
I'll drink coffee.
So, as y'all know, we Susan and I, after my father-in-law passed away in 2013, one of the things that we did to honor him and honor his memory was to create an Athlete of the Year award. We do the Athlete of the Week, where we recognize student athletes at the Mountain Home High School who have demonstrated some excellence. And whenever we get to the end of the year, we want to bring those athletes of the week together to celebrate them, but we also have some very special athletes that they are a multi-sport athlete. Mm-hmm. They have demonstrated excellence in at least one of those. They have shown coachability above and beyond. They've shown leadership and excellent communication skills. Those are all things that we as a family feel like are important in the development of young men and young women. Definitely. And are missing in a lot of society today. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of our small way of trying to bring people together around good folks. And so I've got breaking news. So I've got, as part of the process, the athletic department starts off with 15 nominees. They winnow it down to four finalists. And those 4 finalists then are sent over to the sports writers in the Mountain Home area, over here at the Mountain Home Observer, the Baxter Bulletin, and at KTLO, because frankly, Susan and I, if you come to us and say, we don't like these finalists, we don't like who won, not my problem. Go see them.
Yes. It was the 4.
It was those sports writers. Go take it up with them.
Good.
But we've got our 4 finalists that I'm going to give you today in alphabetical order. Brady Barnett, who is a football and track athlete, standout athlete there. Kai Bickford, who is a basketball and cross-country athlete. Austin Callies, somebody near and dear.
We know him.
Wrestler and cross-country athlete. And then finally, Elijah Lag, who is also a wrestling athlete and a football athlete. And so I am just super proud of all of those athletes. It's unusual to have all guys this year. Normally, we've had several years, I think, where it's been all females. The females didn't have anybody in the list this year, but normally they're heavily represented. Yeah. But we are super proud of those kids, and on May the 9th, the same day as the election, we're having our we're having our Athlete of the Year banquet, where we will announce the winner of the scholarship and congratulate those 4 on an academic athletic career well done at Mountain Home High School.
They have to have a certain grade point average.
No, they don't have to have a certain GPA, other than to just be eligible for sports.
Okay, good. Well, that's a C. So
yes, so they have to be academically eligible. There are lots of ways that we celebrate student athletes on GPA, and that they receive scholarships and things like that. There are needs-based scholarships everywhere.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But everybody's got their God-given gifts, and for some people, it's picking up a football or getting on a wrestling mat.
Yeah.
And we want to celebrate those things as well, because they are important. It's important for, frankly, I'm a father of boys, so is Lisa.
5.
It's important.
Outnumbered.
Outnumbered.
Maybe I'll get some girl daughter.
But protected.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, well protected. Very well protected.
But for young men and their development from going from boys to men,
yes,
athletics is a huge part of that.
Definitely.
And it allows them to learn how to deal with adversity, how to overcome that. And they learn how to work as a unit. Mm-hmm. They learn how to lead units.
Respect.
They learn respect and discipline. Yeah. Absolutely. The first skill of leadership is knowing how to how to get led.
Yeah.
And so I'm a big believer that athletics is part of educating the entire person. I think academics is how they're going to, most of these boys are going to make their living. In fact, I don't know of one of them that I'd look at and say, boy, there's an opportunity there that they're going to make their living with their body. all of them are going to make their living with their mind.
Yeah.
And, but the reality is that there are skill sets that are learned on a wrestling mat, on a football field, or on a cross country track that you can't replicate in the classroom. And it's interesting to me, whenever a kid who is involved in sports, they are 90% more likely to graduate high school than they are if they aren't.
Oh, for sure.
And so that's part of the reason why for some kids, the only reason that they're still in school
is because
of that athletics. And I like Ben Shapiro a lot. Opinions vary on him.
I hear you.
But I really like Ben Shapiro, and he's got the research to back him up on if you graduate high school, get a full-time job, and put off fatherhood or motherhood and marriage until you're 21 years old, you're going to join the middle class. Statistical lock that you're going to join the middle class.
Mike's a stat guy.
So you can.
He's all stats.
I'm all about the numbers.
Oh, yes,
right?
I know.
I
love that.
Nothing wrong with facts.
Nothing wrong.
This country seems to be losing their way.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
By the facts falling by the wayside. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't confuse me with the facts. I know what I know.
Just the facts.
Yeah. Don't confuse me with the facts. My father-in-law was big on saying that. Don't confuse me with the facts. I know what I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, we want to help move people from poverty, out of poverty, into being good citizens, and I think there's nothing better than school to do that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Amen.
Very good. With that was very good. It's 7:31. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll come back with more. Yeah, take a.
I'm gonna sip a coffee.
We'll be right back.
It's early. It's early, folks.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Welcome back to the morning
Jiu-jitsu
show.
Mike.
We thank you for joining us. Visiting with Lisa House and Mike Stockton, A+ for Education. We're talking about the Athlete of the Year. That'll be also May 9th that you'll have the banquet.
Correct.
And we'll award one of them 4 boys with the...
Where's the banquet?
The banquet is at. You just
I'm
paper
sorry.
locked me.
I'm sorry.
It's at Real Life Church. I
Okay,
had
I wanna
Jiu-Jitsu
go.
Mike
I would
locked
like to
on the
be there.
brain,
Yes.
and I almost said the gym name. We're going to be a Real Life Church. We're very fortunate that over the last few years that they have helped us with the program.
Yeah.
Okay, that church. I'm Catholic, but I love.
We welcome you too.
Yeah, thank you. That church has done. Okay, here's
amazing things in
This
our
is
community.
where I talk about the school building what we need for future use. Okay, so when they were building that Real Life Church, I heard some people go, "We don't need that big church." That thing is packed,
It's full.
used all the time, every weekend, every night of the week. Somebody needs that church, either for a funeral from a different religion that can't fulfill what they need, dinners, banquets, Christmas parties. It's amazing.
Times changed. So that church started off in a pawn shop.
Yes,
And
I remember.
And flipping.
Yeah.
And moved.
I know we're getting in the weeds, but
we
That's
moved
okay.
over
I'm making a
as
point.
needs changed and as the congregation grew. It moved over into the bus depot.
Yes.
And so we were meeting in the bus depot, and then we upgraded. We went to a horse barn.
Yes.
And so we had the horse barn. In fact, if you go into there, you can see the 4x4 posts that are still in there that are gnawed on by horses.
Really?
They've been painted, but they've been gnawed on by a horse. And then finally, we moved into the new facility there. And again, at the 8 o'clock service on Saturday morning, it's full.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And that's where I think you were leading into
Yes.
with the high school right now.
Exactly.
We're at that point, especially with its age,
Yes.
that it's falling apart. But also Mountain Home is growing. Just in the past few
Oh, yeah.
years because of COVID, we've had so many people move here.
Yes.
And so
The
with
freedoms that we allowed here brought people here.
Exactly.
And the beautiful community and the lakes and the rivers and the fresh air
Mm-hmm.
brings what we believe and we love is the freedoms. But the
and the way the community comes together whenever something like this needs to
Yes.
happen.
Absolutely.
Do you
And
remember
it's
when-
got to happen.
I'm sorry about
That's
it,
okay.
to interrupt.
No.
When First Baptist Church, when they were thinking of building that church, and somebody said, "No, that is too big. You can't get in that church either." I mean,
No.
it's big
Yes.
and beautiful. Twin Lakes Baptist, big and beautiful.
Build it and they will come.
Yes, and I know it's a public school and it's tax dollars and it's not private, but this is important for our students and our children. We have so many programs that other schools do not have. We are one of the very few, if any, in Arkansas that when you graduate as a senior, you could also have a 2-year degree through ASU Mountain Home.
Yes.
Who does that?
Right.
My son was one of them. He was one of the lucky ones in the very beginning. He got his mechanics degree and his, what is that when you're a certified mechanic? OSE or?
Oh, see, now you're
I stumped
out
the
of my
mic.
depth.
Stumped the mic. So, but our junior high students, and that's one of the things we'd like to do is bring 9th grade where they belong in the high school.
Yeah.
They are high school students. They are taking high school classes.
Yeah, because some have to go back and forth between the high school and the junior high.
Just as
for
an
the
anecdote,
classes.
right? I don't have a dog in the fight anymore, right? My kids have long
Me
since
neither.
graduated and
Grandchildren.
moved on. That's right. Lawson, my youngest, his 9th grade year, he spent an inordinate amount of time. I joke that he spent as much time walking back and forth between the junior high and the high school as what he did in class.
Yes.
And so, as a result, thank God, he graduated with a whole bunch of college credit hours that reduced down some of what his tuition bill is now.
Mm-hmm.
But it would have been much more efficient had he been down in the 9th with the rest of the high school. And I hear the concerns about, oh, they're younger than the other kids. So are the 10th graders.
But today these children are very mature at 6th grade.
Well, at my high school, 100 years ago,
Barney?
No, see,
The
I wasn't at
dinosaur?
Mountain Home.
Oh, no, I know, that's right.
I'm from off,
Yeah.
I've just been here for 15 years, but we had 9th through 12th grade.
Yeah.
Most schools
I think
do.
most schools
They
have a
do.
9th through 12th grade. We're a little bit different in that regard, and it causes us some inefficiencies because you have teachers that are teaching smaller classes at the 9th grade level or at the 8th grade level, because you've got kids going down the hill to go see the high school teachers versus having
and chemistry labs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Versus having the teachers and the students all together, where you get some economies of scale. So in reality, it's more expensive right now to be running it as 2 separate entities.
Well, here's a number for you. We bus them.
Yes,
there's
I
no
understand.
more walking because
of the rain and the snow.
Well, and protection.
Yeah.
In case some craziness
Yeah.
happens. So we bus 500 students a day, 4 periods a day, up and down the hill.
Must cost diesel. Expensive.
$4.89 a gallon.
Yeah,
I think.
expensive.
So think of the cost savings there by having them in the same.
So we're just
school.
trying to be efficient.
Yeah.
And bring those students that belong together in the same building.
And I was something personal. I was excited to go to high school, and when I lived in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, it was 6th, 7th, 8th grade. That was junior high, middle school, whatever you want to call it. And I was getting ready to go into the high school freshman year, and Dad said, we're moving to Arkansas. And I thought, all right. He was from Mena. He always wanted to come back. And we get here, and I find out that 9th grade is not in the high school. I was actually disappointed.
Yeah.
And so it is what it is. Did 9th grade year, and then went to 10th grade for the high school. It happened. Can't go back now.
No.
But some would say, bullying, their 9th graders are smaller and younger and all that stuff. Well, that happened in 9th grade. It was 8th and 9th.
You've not seen bullying until you've seen a K through 6th grade, like a normal elementary school.
The little kid.
The 6th grader finds a 4th grader to pick on.
Yeah.
Now you're going to see some
and
bullying.
that happened when I was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade when I was in Idaho. And what it is you've got to stand up to the bully.
Right.
I understand go tell a teacher, but there is nothing more important than you standing your ground.
Yeah.
And that's what happened, is I stood my ground against 2 of them and said some choice words, and they never messed with me again.
Speaking of jujitsu, when I was in 10th grade, Mr. Arnold was our ceramics teacher, and a jujitsu family moved here from California. The great John L. I don't know if you remember this name. So she was like 6 foot tall, and she did something to a handicapped girl that made me very angry, and I threw my books down, and I'm like, come on, we're going down.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, don't you know I'm a black belt? And I said, I don't care what belt you are. You don't do that. And then Mr. Arnold came out and made us shake hands. We became best friends after that.
Right.
I stood up to her, though. And, and she apologized to the young
learning
lady.
how to use your voice. So
Yeah.
we're teasing
We're way
me
in the
because but to bring us back on course a little bit. I was talking
for the
about
millage.
I was talking about efficiencies. And when you look at what the Mountain Home School District has done, it's amazing at how efficient they've been. Right now, we're carrying about $33 million in debt. And that's a huge number. When you put that into context, because 100 isn't a big number until you start comparing it. 100 is a big number when you talk about how hot is it in August? Oh, it's 100 degrees. That's a big number. But when you say, oh, it's 100 pennies, that's not a real big number. So you got to have some context around that $33 million. And when you compare us to the top 20 school districts in the state, and I'm eliminating Little Rock because that's not really fair. So really,
They don't count.
It's Little Rock. But the other top 20 districts, of which we're one of them, just by size, we carry $33 million in debt. So when you look at the average debt load of those 20 areas, it's about $60 million.
Doubled up.
It's basically it's 180% of the number.
Yeah.
And when you look at our millage rate, there are 235 different school districts in the state. There are 10 that have a millage lower than ours. Whenever I compare it, even after the millage increase of 2.25%, there will be approximately 20 that have a millage less than ours out of
probably not by much.
And not by much. And it's again, we're comparing to 235 districts. We won't even be to the 25th percentile.
Yeah.
You talk about the kid who's setting the curve on the low end.
Yeah.
We're setting the curve on the low end on debt load. Our assessments aren't even close to average. We hear a lot about, but our homes are assessed for so much more. We're not even in the vicinity of average. If you think our home values are high here, take a trip over to Northwest Arkansas.
Yes.
Take a trip down to
Big time. My brother lives
Pulaski
there.
Academy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When you start comparing to like size areas, not comparing ourselves to population 800, but population 8,000, then you start seeing that there's some real clarity there.
Yeah.
And the need, if you actually go on a Thursday night tour and you take a look at it, you're going to see that the claim of being able to fix this problem was $7 million. $7 million probably wouldn't even cover a replacement roof.
$10 million was a replacement roof.
Yeah, for the big top. And you talk about building a tax time bomb. We're adults. And we try to act like adults. And kicking the can down the road is what they do at the national level. Some of the proposals that have come out from the opposition have really been about, let's kick the can down the road. Yeah. It's too expensive right now. We can't do it.
Yeah.
I used to hold some fairly substantial leadership positions in some fairly substantial companies. I never saw a problem in any of those roles that got cheaper to solve the longer we didn't deal with it.
Right. With that, let's go ahead and take another break, and we'll come back with more for A+ for Education.
Great.
The 10th annual Night with Your Knight and Father-Daughter Ball will be coming up April 21st and 22nd each night at the Shed in Mountain Home. Dads and daughters or mothers and sons date night, filled with dancing, dessert, a keepsake gift, and a limo ride. Don't miss an opportunity to make some memories. Tickets on sale now at mountainhomechristianacademy.com. That's the 10th annual Night with Your Knight and Father-Daughter Ball on April 21st and 22nd at the Shed in Mountain Home. Don't miss it.
You know, Harry, I think you were right. I hate to say it.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I think it is finally time for us to move out of this place. Someplace closer to the churches, doctors, someplace you don't have to mow a huge yard. It's time we downsize.
No, I've seen that hottest hotshot agent guy. He's got himself a bunch of listings.
Well, I talked to Grace, and she had some wonderful things to say about the Z Team.
Oh yeah, we've heard them on the radio. You know, I checked out the website at retiredarkansas.net the other day. Didn't really look like they had a lot of listings.
They don't have a lot of listings because they sell them.
Well, maybe it's time for us to call the Z Team. You know, Marge, I think maybe this time you were right.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Call the Z Team, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East Mountain Home. 870-405-0793.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Ridge Road. We sell Ferris zero-turn mowers that have patented coil spring suspension. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. We buy, sell, trade new and used mowers. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Ridge Road in Mountain Home, where your business is appreciated.
Have you?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV, visiting with Lisa House and Mike Stockton. A+ for Education. You were touching on a lot of good points about our millage being in the low average.
Just trying
well
to add
below
context.
Average.
Trying to add context.
Add more context to that. We were at the break and you were talking about.
You know, there are very few things in this life that are just clearly black and white, and context matters. And, you know, one of the things that I would add contextually to this issue is that you can go to the Arkansas Department of Education's annual statistical report, and you can pull the data for yourself. It's a big spreadsheet. It's huge.
Yeah.
But you can pull that spreadsheet, and there's a really important column in that spreadsheet that's called unrestricted revenue. And so again, I took the top 20 school districts, excluding Little Rock, pulled those out on a sheet and force ranked them by the amount of unrestricted revenue that a school system has with which to work. Now, there are about 7 or 8 different things. Millage is one of those areas where they get some of that revenue from. There's also money for consolidation. There's money for you're adding students or money for declining enrollments. You get monies from the state and ad valorem taxes at the county level that all end up in that total column because, frankly, the total column is the most important column. How much money do you have to spend?
Yeah.
Of the top 20 districts in the state, number 20 was Mountain Home.
Yeah.
And not by a little, but by a lot.
Landslide.
We don't have an awful lot of money. So again, we talk about the programs that we're able to offer students, the Harvard partnership that we have with our students who are wanting to go on to med school, the Bomb Squad.
Oh, man.
All of those types of programs the kids are
ROTC.
fantastic. Mm-hmm. The facilities don't match what those kids could use to go even further. To say we are efficient, to say we're doing more with less is an understatement.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's why whenever we what the state looks at whenever they see us is a district that is undermilled, basically. Mm-hmm. They would look at us and they'd say, gee, the average millage in a district your size is probably about 40, without having the numbers sitting
42.
right here in front of me. 42.
Yeah.
And you're sitting at 32.
Yeah.
32 and some change. So they look at it, and the state, if this doesn't pass, the state can come in and say, hey, congratulations, you're undermilled. We're going to move you. Right now you have 25 mills that is non-negotiable. Mm-hmm. They can add to that millage using what's that excess to move money into there to say, hey, we're going to get the building done. And they don't have to ask anybody's permission.
There's no vote.
There's no vote by the board or by the citizens.
Yeah.
They just say, this is what it takes.
Happening.
And now then, you start having to, of the $33 million that you got in revenue, $26 million of that goes to salaries. What are you cutting? Because let's be clear, when we start talking about cutting programs, we're starting to cut.
That word I don't like.
It's not cutting programs, it's cutting heads.
Yeah. Well, you're cutting education, you're cutting future, you're cutting their future off. Mm-hmm. Our nursing program is unbelievable. Our white coat ceremony, our bomb squad, our ROTC program is up to 122 students. Mm-hmm. The Navy has now kicked in and giving us money to help them because once you hit 100 students, they come in partnership with you.
Yeah.
A partnership with the Navy is unheard of in any other school.
Yeah.
And these kids are so excited, and I guarantee you we'll be up at 135 by the time school starts. But we're only going up to 34.41 million when the millage passes. We're still way under. And hopefully that doesn't startle the state and go, that's good. Good job, you did it. But you still need to be up a little higher.
Still need to do more.
Yeah.
Please, no.
We want to have our school reflect our values.
Yes.
We want to have the school reflect the things that we say education is important. Because, frankly, I hear sometimes a debate over this is a retirement community. It's not for families.
It's not a retirement. Well, it is. It's a great retirement.
It is. But
we have a lot
Whether
of
it's
kids
a retirement community or not, being a retiree versus being a family-oriented, those are not mutually exclusive. In fact, when you look at some of the best retirement communities, they figured out the mix of, hey, we want both.
Right.
So we're still going to be attractive. If you think that having a millage here of 34 and half or whatever is unattractive to a retiree coming out of Chicago, you've lost your
Have you looked at Norfolk's? I mean,
have you looked at Cotter?
Cotter? Oh, my goodness.
We're not even the lowest in the county. So,
in this 50-mile radius. Harrison.
Yes, Batesville.
Oh, my goodness. Yes. Yeah.
In order to live in a place
Ask questions,
in
folks.
North Central Arkansas that has a lower millage and a lower sales tax than what we do here,
yes,
you have to live in Deer, Judea, that school district. Mm-hmm. You can live in Bergman, but don't go traveling into Harrison because the moment you do that, you're going to be paying a little bit more.
Yes.
And then finally, you can live over in Highland. Those are the only 3 out of the 13 counties surrounding us. There are 40 some odd school districts. Those are the only 3 places that you can live that have a cheaper millage and a cheaper sales tax than what we do here. And I will compare our high school to their educational experience any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Our graduation rate is 98.2. Our
That's
college
excellent.
rate is 47.5 that we're putting into college.
And you've added the skilled trades portion to
Oh
it.
man, we're making canoes now at Guy Berry.
Really?
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the best things that happened at ASU was the addition of the welding curriculum out there and the maintenance curriculum that's going on out there.
Definitely.
And you know, you look out there at ASU and you see beautiful buildings. You got the shed out there. You look at the roller hall. McLean Hall.
Nobody thought we should skimp on that.
And those
You know what
those
I mean?
are all mostly publicly funded. Those come through state monies in large part. And so we're not trying to build the Taj Mahal, and I give Jake a hard time about this. We're not trying to even be comparable with ASU. We're trying to get to mediocre. That's where we're trying to be. Because we
still
won't even
don't
get to
have
average.
a set plan. Everybody thinks that this is a contract and we already have signed the deal on what this is going to look like. And there are things we're going to scrape off. You know, we're not to that point yet.
Anybody who knows Will Gregory knows that there's going to be
changes.
I would call it architectural flair, where they want to sell the building. They want look at how pretty this building is.
Yeah.
Will stand on their neck and make some of that architectural flair
Take
go
this out.
away. Yes.
There's a million.
And he's a clear communicator.
He is. Yeah.
He's a very
And that's what you need in somebody that's running the construction of it. Most definitely. Well, and that was one of the questions I was going to ask is the project, the construction that's not set in stone.
No.
So
we had to have
you have an
plan.
idea.
Right.
You have
to have
plan.
a number, footage.
Yeah. It'll be 2 stages to start the first.
By losing by 16 votes in August, we gained $8 million in interest. So we scraped off 20,000 square feet to try to even out the interest raise. So if we have to go again, it's just going to go higher. The interest rates are not going down.
Problems do not get cheaper.
No. And the square footage, we're at 315. We'll be 350 if we keep. The longer you go, it's just.
One of the things I've heard is, gee, you just angered the voters. You should have really reduced this down and appeased the voters. If the millage was done exactly the same, because of those 16, 17 votes, it cost us $8 million in interest. If we are penny wise and pound foolish again, I don't even want to know how expensive it's going to get at that point.
Yeah, probably double up.
Kicking the can down the road. Look at what the national debt does every time they kick the can down the road instead of dealing with the issue.
Well, I want to touch real fast on the LEARNS Act. You know, with this is a big deal, and a lot of people are saying, well, there's declining enrollment. This is going to change because little schools are going to have to consolidate. And when those little schools in our area maybe have to consolidate, a lot of those kids are going to go, well, I think I want to go to Mountain Home now.
Yeah.
Because they have that opportunity of freedom of choice to go whatever school.
Yeah.
What if we get another 300 kids or 400 or 500?
We need to anticipate that by increasing the size.
Not only do you have the consolidation issue, you have the issue of taking a starting teacher salary from 36,000
to 50. Yes, that's been a tough one.
That's going to put a strain on an already constricted budget.
Yeah.
So again, this is not really, the opposition is really not opposed to schools. They're not opposed to kids. They're opposed to taxes. It's really,
I don't like taxes.
It's really become a political fight where new leadership at the Republican Party has decided that they are just against all taxes. Now they'll dress it up and they'll say, "Oh, this is." You really don't want the ninth graders down there. You really.
I really do.
That's not the best thing for kids. They're not really interested in the kids. What they're interested in is the politics of saying we opposed a tax.
Yeah.
We got about a minute left.
Yeah, we need to hit that.
Yeah, I wanted
That's
to show
important.
the Facebook page, the A+ for Education. We hope you vote yes, but I thought it was really cool.
Please
you have a
vote
lot of
yes.
people that are coming on doing videos about why they're voting yes for the millage. And you were saying there's going to be like 50 more coming on?
Yeah, there's a total of almost 50. Doctors and the community are very, very concerned about this, and most of them are very loud and proud to vote yes, because if you don't have a good school, that's one of the first questions they call and ask. How's your school system?
Yeah. And then you take Dr. Myers over at ASU,
yeah.
who has experienced what happens whenever your school gets on the bad boy list at the state.
You want a beautiful, good school because that's part of your community, and this is a community effort. We need the community to back us.
I think they will. I
think so too.
I've
heard so many
a lot
great
more
things.
Positive energy from
me
it this
too.
time.
People know that it's not just education; it's economic development and public
It's
safety.
the community.
And so you can either build schools or you can build jails.
Yes.
That's right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yes. Thank you for coming on. You all have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow with Bob Reckenwald.
Thank you.